guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So again, it's your boy Cobe Rising. It's coming for you, it's coming for you, it's coming for you, it's coming for you. Oh Lord, do not forget the gorillas. Everyone know we the realest, a bunch of go-getters. I bet you can tell I'm the illest. You don't need your fingers to feel it. You know I can straight spit, knock you out with a lady hit. Feel like I'm the one, like I'm Neo, but this is the real life, not the Matrix. I'm about to go ape shit.
Man, it's your boy Cobe Rising Rise. You dig? We back at it again with a banger. Shout out to Queen City Organics. You dig what I'm saying? We got the CMOS on deck, yo. We are going to be doing a event at Crunch Gym. If you guys are familiar with the university area, University Crunch Gym, I'll be there May 14th. It's going to be around 6:30. I'll be leaving around 8 o'clock. So put your orders in, get your CMOS, get it ready. You can get the CMOS from my IG page. Just send me a DM, King Alajuwan 21. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, we coming in. You dig what I'm saying? You see the title, Working Out Together, Strengthening Relationships, Fitness, and Love Tips. You dig what I'm saying? But before we start, you know I got to shout out to my brothers, man. True High Clarity is how do you want to live your life. True High and with clarity. Go get your fits. Yo, we got a fitness line coming out with the True High Clarity clothing brand, so stay tuned. We got a commercial coming out. Man, listen, we got so much going on with the Rise and Rise Academy, True High Clarity, with the CMOS, man. We got so much popping. But dig what I'm saying? We got some special guests coming in, you dig? And so with the topic about working out, strengthening relationships, what's going on, E? What's popping, bro? We got a topic, man. I want you to top in on it. So I got to get my bros in on this one, man. I got to bring my boy Clay up to the stream. And I got to bring Jabari in the building from Jabari Tribe. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, gang?
What's going on?
How are we doing today?
Gang, bro. We in here, bro. What's popping? How y'all feeling, bro?
Look good.
Ready to
Man, I love it, bro.
ready to go off again, bro. Whoever wants to smoke can get it, man. We here.
Man, listen, we had so much smoke, bro, and nobody really want the smoke. I'm like, I dropped the link and everything. They ain't want the smoke, man. All right, we gonna see. Hey, listen, if y'all want to chime in on the topic, man, please, I'm gonna drop the link. Y'all comment. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and everything, and comment and see what's going on.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, come on, y'all.
Oh,
Don't be stingy, man.
don't be stingy with the likes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Smash that like button.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So, hey, the link will be dropped again today. You feel me? So, we got a really good topic for y'all, man. We're talking about working out together, strengthening relationships, fitness, and love tips, man. What y'all think this gonna be about, man? What y'all think? What's y'all's take?
I was thinking pulling girls in the gym or something, but that's forbidden nowadays, apparently. You don't hear about that no more.
No, I actually was in the gym earlier this evening, I saw a couple that was working out together in there. So, I mean, so it's beautiful thing to see. Yeah.
That's great. I love it though, bro. Like I love to see couples in the gym getting it in, like helping each other. I really feel like when I see that, bro, it's almost like motivation. Like that's what it should be like. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna go in there and work out, and then you got your girl in there working out with you, bro. Like that's like the ultimate goal. Both of y'all in shape. Both of y'all shredded. Both of y'all eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's only gonna promote something that's gonna be long lasting and longevity. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love seeing that. Yeah.
So I agree with like both being in the gym. I don't agree with both working out together. One, I think it's
real.
I think it's a little corny, and then but I get it, but I think it's a little corny. And then two, it's a factor of you as the man. You're number one, you're gonna be working harder, and number two, you're gonna be doing more weight. So it's only gonna hold you back to sit there and work out with her at the same time simultaneously and doing the same workout. And you guys are probably two completely different people anyway, so you don't need to be doing the same thing.
Okay.
So that's my only issue with that. But I like to see that there's fit couples and that there are both people in the relationship that value their health and fitness.
That's a fact. And I want to give a caveat to that too, because I like to see it, but I also think there's frequency that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I think working out a couple times, and that will depend on y'all's relationship, because a lot of times, a lot of the couples that work out, you may see one that's just overly in shape and the other one who's like not so much in shape, and they're trying to catch up, and you already know that they're kind of slowing your workout down. I can see that 100%. So it does play a factor. Now, I still like to see it because, again, I like to see healthy families, right? That's my overall agenda. But if you're trying to really like beast it in, you're gonna have to get it in some days like without your partner. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I think about it. Like if I'm working out 6 days a week, I don't expect my shorty to go in there 6 days a week either. Like that's me though. You know Cause she ain't gonna be lifting what I'm lifting, bro. If we have a bench press session with the fellas, bro, I don't expect my girl to be there. Like what? Nah, you're not about to be up in here. No, for what? For what?
Y'all seen that episode of SpongeBob when he starts working out and lifting weight? He got like the barbell with the bunnies on the side.
Yeah.
That's why I don't work out with women.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you what's funny though. So on the flip side of it too, I've seen where the girl be lifting more than the dude. Like I seen like this chick at the Y. I forget her name, man. Bro, she was deadlifting 315 for the reps. I'm talking about repping 315. Like I ain't never seen that before, bro. What a boyfriend look like, bro. Boyfriend look like this little fork, bro. Like straight up, it was bad, dog. I'm like, hey, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's the insecurity. Why would a woman like that be fit and then want to have a man that's not fit at all? Or at least, like, regardless of the whole, he's trying. It's like, nah, I don't get that because that doesn't correlate. Your lifestyle's not going to correlate, so it's not going to work out. So, what is the whole point of you being with this man if not for the fact of your insecurity and to make you feel better about yourself?
I'm about to say, that's my point was to give the context behind it. Now, it was almost like she was training him, so it's almost like who's top dog in that relationship? Like, do you want to be in that position? You know what I'm saying? Or what? Because, like I said, I don't know, man. Like, when I saw that, I'm like, nah, I can't be Brody, bro. Ain't no way I could be Brody, man. There's no way I'm in his shoes.
Nope.
Ain't no way. Because you can tell how that dynamic is going to go. Now, mind you, here's the caveat. Now, she wearing all kinds of short, bro, like, showing all the skin.
Showcasing.
All the skin. The cakes is out, bro. Cake is out. You feel me?
Nah, they ain't heard it.
And this how you do to it too. When she was walking, he was walking behind her. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere she was going, he was following.
How you guys feel about that? When you see that, what do you think? When you see the man following the woman, or let's say like holding hands and the woman's leading, what are y'all's first thoughts?
Made me think about that Vogue cover with Rihanna and ASAP.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I think. He's a business. That's what
Yeah. But it's suspect, man. It's suspect.
he's a little folly, bro. He's a little suspect. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that, bro. He needs
Red
to be
flag.
leaning back, bro.
Red flags.
Yeah, 100%. A little bit of me feel like really, she probably ain't feeling like that, or it's not gonna last.
So
She
I
probably
feel
gonna-
like women treat men like purses now, bro. Just because, like, especially with how social media set up dating and all that, bro. I feel like women can look at dudes like that sort of like not even a commodity anymore. We're just like, hey, like I got this new Chanel purse. Well, guess what? The other one's gonna come out next year, so we're gonna get that new. You know what I mean? So they're gonna drop whoever they had because eventually someone new gonna come around and intrigue them a little bit. And guess what? Now they got another man on the roster. And women are cold-hearted like that, bro. They'll keep, like we've talked before, Kobe. You know, like she'll be talking to 5 dudes at once, man. Don't get your hopes up thinking you were the only dude she is talking to, man. That's
only
just,
work on certain types of dudes, though, bro. That don't work on every dude. Like we know what's going on. Man. Let's be clear. If she doing that, bro, she doing it for the dudes who like, you know, got their eye out, got their tongue out. You know, like the dog who sees somebody look good, they just got the tongue out with the eyes real big. Like them, of course, those are the type of dudes that is gonna follow behind them. Like, you know, she's talking to everybody. That's because the way you carry yourself. If you carry yourself like that,
godless, bro.
then we already, So it's like,
That's godless, for real.
you don't have to choose that. Like, and that's the choice. The choice is you don't have to choose that. You should already know what comes with that deal. So you can take that deal, know what comes with it, or you don't have to play that type of game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, Cuzzo? Hey, I'm gonna hit you up, bro. We got a topic talking about love and fitness. Let me know what you think about love and fitness, man. So I got the IG family tapping in, man. But yeah,
we do need more fit couples, for real.
yeah, that only works for certain type of dudes, though, man. Let's be clear about that. That ain't every dude. We talked about that last show when we was like, yo, if you fall for that line, like, oh, you're the only guy, like, cucking. Straight cucking, bro. Bro, and that's the thing about it, bro. Like, really, you shouldn't be chasing these girls like that anyway. You really should be chasing what your passion is, what God has set for you. You know what I'm saying? You should walk your path and walk it well. Like, you shouldn't be chasing a tail. If anything, you should be chasing your purpose for what God has for you. That's first.
Amen.
Chase the kingdom, really.
True.
You got to chase the kingdom. Everything else falls in line with that. And I think in society, and you know, we was having a conversation. Me and Clay was like, you know, before the show, where we talked about where we are in America and just talking about like how soft things are, bro. I feel like if we stood back on principle how we were, I think a lot of the stuff would just fall back in line naturally. You know what I'm saying? Go suffer.
I'll tell y'all my honest truth, bro. I think what we need is something that we probably will never ever see ever again.
What's that?
You know, these kind of people only come around once in a historic era, and we need someone like that back around right now. That's what I think. I think if we got, and I'm not gonna say it. Well, I mean, I will say it. I don't care.
What is it? Yeah, speak on it. Hey, we speaking, bro. We speaking the truth, bro. We live. You feel me? We keeping it real today, bro.
100%, bro. I think if we had like a modern day Hitler, bro, and we had him in office, I think everything would go right back to normal. I think everything would be good, because a lot of people they misread Hitler, I believe. Because if y'all look at it now, man, a lot of this shit coming out now is starting to show you what his speeches were actually being said, instead of that whole like angry demeanor, yelling. You know, like the German in general, like the language itself is very fucking like. It's a domineering language. Like it just sounds like direct. Mean, you know? Yeah. But what people don't understand is
very just like to the point.
Yeah, bro, Hitler was a fantastic like world leader. Like a lot of people like to downplay all the other shit he did, and they like to throw that shit out there. But let's be honest, bro, a lot of that shit you can't really back with significant evidence either. And the thing with Hitler is, bro, he rallied an entire country, an entire impoverished country to come up and then damn near made them one of the greatest fucking Axis powers ever. And I think someone like that, we need a leader like that, a leader that's not afraid to speak up and speak out and to actually put his people first. And as you can see, who we have in office now does not put his own people first. He doesn't. He don't give a shit. I mean, y'all see it every day when hundreds of thousands of fucking immigrants come into the country illegally. And guess what? Like I told you, Kobe, our tax-paying dollars are what's keeping them housed and what's making sure their transportation is taken care of and their food. All that shit. When cats go on EBT, who else is paying for that? Taxpayers' dollars. That's us. Like, so things of that nature is like where I'm like, the people that are, running the country, do they actually care about us? Do they actually want Americans to do better? Or do they want to create this whole ideal of the democracy and freedom, free world and this, that, and third? But is the world, like, do you feel free? Because I mean, when COVID hit, I'm gonna tell you what, right now, I felt probably less free than I've ever felt, and everyone claims how free America is, and America's like probably the best country. And I agree, America is one of the best countries, but I think there's a lot of discrepancies in there that we choose to like overlook, and that's why you see so many, like, just even when it like goes aside from geopolitical or even like dating, bro, we can go as simple as the dating, right? The dating pool is so much better outside. That's why you see so many men grabbing passports and going overseas to find wives. They don't find them here in America. I mean, that's becoming an entire cult movement right now. So
yeah.
What you think about that, Jabari? What you think about what it's said?
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack there, bro.
I got my check on, but I want Jabari to go first. I don't hear him say nothing yet.
It's a lot of stuff, but yeah, man, Tony Hales. But yeah, but we do need a strong leader for sure, and also we need some type of cultural change to make things for the better, and even tying it back to health. Right now, we already know the stats. We already know this country is essentially fat. But on the good side of things, kind of ways, thanks to COVID and that and the whole situation, pandemic, there's been more emphasis on health. So a lot of people are kind of, edging or having better health. It's just trying to find, do it the right way. So, but we do need some catalyst for change, for sure. And other things, with the whole passport bros, that ain't nothing to do, but it just needed, there was just one catalyst that needed to happen to cause that. So, but yeah, that was a lot. Hit click.
Look, bro. I can tell.
I gotta shoot some real stuff, because I think that I will agree to say Hitler was he was overlooked, because I think he was one of the most influential leaders because of where he took Germany. Now, I'm not going to agree 100% of what he did. I think he had control issues. So I think that was something that was completely I disagree with. I think as a man, you need to have complete control. And I just don't think that he had that, because I know he didn't allow his troops to even have say-so over nothing. So he was completely a narcissist in that regard. And half the reason why he lost that battle, because he didn't allow his troops to help him do what he got to do based on his control and take over dictatorship. So I think he could have done a better job with that. But as far as him being influential and where he took Germany, yeah, he gave them their stripes. He gave them their stripes. He gave them to where it was. You know what I'm saying? And what he fought for, I think people misunderstood, because he knew the true Jews. He knew where the truth was, and he fought for that, because he looked at the Jews that were talking about it, and he was like, that's not y'all. So why would y'all go in and promote this type of lifestyle, and what you're doing is actually false. It's a false idol. So he took that, and ran with it. So his action was on point. But now, as far as the passport bros, I understand what the passport bros are doing. People can say what they want to about it. All they're doing is going overseas and just so happen to find love, right? And so they honestly, I think it's just another way of finding what they want to find. If you can't find something here, if you're trying to buy something and let's just say wherever store you're at and they don't have it, what are you gonna do? Go to another store. You're gonna find another store to find exactly what you want. And if the other store, this so happens to be Germany or somewhere in Europe or Asia or whatever, they're gonna go and they're gonna buy it. And that's just the name of the game. You're gonna go where you're wanted. And that's just the fact. Now, whether you lame or you got the game, that's another conversation. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just gonna happen no matter where you are.
True. And also the whole underlying thing of that is pretty much of being an expat. That's a big push. That's a big movement as of now. So that's kind of the other underlying thing up under that. So,
love and fitness. My fault, bro. Go ahead.
but I was just saying the other underlying thing up under that with the passport boys is actually being of an expat and that lifestyle. Pretty much being an expat.
Being an expat?
Yeah. In other words, shifting, switching, start a whole new life elsewhere. Expat, yeah. So it's like a ton of what. Just create. You got to create a whole new avenue. Sometimes you have to move elsewhere to find it, and you got the means more power to you. And
so, like, let me ask y'all this, bro. So, what y'all think the girls overseas are doing though? Like, what's so big that like someone will move countries, bro, to go to another country to find a chick? Like what are they doing over? I don't know what they're doing, but like.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily just to find a chick, bro. It's just living in general. I think it's just easier in other countries compared to America now, bro. Just the standards put on most like especially men, bro, is just ridiculous. Like these girls want dudes to make 6 figures and pay all the bills, and then they still want to be able to fucking do whatever. And like so, like as demanding as that is, on top of that, like look at how much rent you're paying for a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom apartment, dude. Like it's like. The comfortability of life in America isn't really comfortable anymore. You know what I mean? You can go over to you can go to Colombia right now and get a 10-bedroom compound for $2,000 a month.
Let me get a check about this. Hey, Key, do you know anything about the passport bros and like what they're doing overseas? I'm trying to get a big thing right there.
You get like 8 other bros together and you're like, listen, man, we're about to come do this day trading shit. We're gonna make this shit boom. And you got 10 dudes splitting $2,000 a month. I mean, yeah, you're gonna be in the favelas or whatever, in Colombia. You're gonna have to watch your back all the time. You might possibly get kidnapped. But I mean, shit, bro. Nowadays they got motherfucking dudes castrated in the streets. Like, look at all these fucking he-she's walking around in these fucking whatever they are, bro. In America, you think that's any worse than going over there to Colombia? I mean, bro, you might see a little bit of that weird shit over there too, but you ain't gonna see it like you see it over here.
I heard it's like that in Thailand, though.
Well, that's them lady boys. That's a lady boy thing. They got, what do they call it? Lady boys, bro. Yeah, Thailand. I couldn't fuck with Thailand, bro.
All right, so I'll tell you what like a passport bro is. So pretty much what he was saying is like guys will go across another country, I guess for work purposes or something, but they'll find love, they'll find a girl, and then they'll just promote it like, oh, the girls are so much better here. So I was just curious to see what a girl thinks about that, because like I said, I don't know, but I want to hear about it.
Most females are gonna think that fucking shit's. They're gonna be like, "That's retarded. Why is the guy gonna go all the way overseas?"
But the thing is,
go let him go.
But the thing is, it's not. It's been going on for a few decades since now with social media.
I was gonna say,
in like the last 5 years, last 5-6 years.
Go overseas. Because think about it, when you go on a trip, you ain't gotta go overseas. How many? All right, let me ask y'all this: when y'all was back in the day, right? It don't have to be now. When y'all traveled, y'all was looking for the chicks too. When y'all would go and travel, y'all can travel domestically. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you in a different country, you in a different city, bro. You in places you ain't never seen, and you know for a fact most people ain't gonna ever see you again. So you're like, why not live it up? You know what I mean? But no, you're right, Jabari. It has been the passport, bro. It has been a thing for a long time, but the last, I'd say, 5 years, it's really become, like I said, like a movement, bro. Like where dudes are now telling other men, bro, if you want to get married, if you want that, you think you're gonna have that happy life, you need to go out east. You need to go to a different country. You need to don't bring them back. Like that's the one thing. Don't bring them back because they're gonna get westernized.
Move out there. Okay, I was gonna get it. So the biggest thing is the Western society and how they view these relationships and this marriage and how it goes, and even based on the court system. So I can see that because it's not favored, it's not in our favor. I think it's a double standard though, because in the court system, of course, the woman's gonna get most of the money, and that's just what it is. I think that's a double standard. So if you understand that, you would go into it with a mindset of, okay, should I play this game or should I play a different game? You know what I'm saying? Which one would you rather choose? So I can definitely see it from that perspective.
Like you said, bro, you just don't put the government in between your marriage.
Right.
I think that's the biggest issue right there is why does the government, why do we just we wholeheartedly as a society, as a whole, just let the government impede itself into everything we do, bro. Everything we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so, I get, like, to be off grid is so difficult now. You know what I mean? Like, it's very unheard of, right? Like, it's so difficult. You'd have to go move out into the mountains, and you'd have to be miles away from anyone. And even then, they still find a way to, like, I don't know, bro, track you somehow, some way, bro. And it's just, that's why I'm like, we're getting to this point. Like, I don't know if y'all remember the last show. I think the first show I told y'all how, where it's going to be a point where they're going to start setting up checkpoints. And the only way you can get to certain parts of a town or this, that, and the third is if they scan your facial recognition.
Oh, yeah,
and you're allowed.
It's
going to get to that. I guarantee within 10 years we'll be.
You know what's crazy, man? Nobody's really going to be free unless you have that money.
No.
Yeah.
If you got that bread and you can literally travel from coast to coast, wherever freely, get multiple passports. Until then, yeah. Like I think you all the way in. We got a comment. It says most women in other countries are probably more submissive and less influenced by modern American society. Men and women in other countries treat Americans much differently than America treats America. What y'all think about that?
Good point.
100%.
100%.
Very good point.
You know what's
I
funny?
think that's something else.
Go ahead.
That was something else I was going to throw in there too. That even with like certain on the government side of things, that was something I came across that they certain governments are even leery of the social social things that's been going on in America as well. It's like with their own way of use when they come overseas and stuff like that. So even the governments, they know. And they kind of, put their own, stuff out there too, kind of like learn their people and let them know, hey, y'all can come here, spend your money, but y'all got to adhere to our customs and stuff like that, especially in the Middle East, especially, Dubai, countries like that.
That leads to a segue. So I want y'all, all right. Sure. This is something that I looked up, and I think this might be something that maybe women from the other countries are doing, or they could be doing in America too. So ladies, if y'all listen to this, let me know if this is something that y'all have done for y'all guys and vice versa, right? So I looked up this post, and it talked about how to keep your person. So like for women, this is what you should do to keep a man, and for guys, this is what you should do to keep your woman, right? And so it talks about a tease. You should be teasing your person. All right. I'm let me share this tab real quick so I can read it, and I want y'all to see the joint. So y'all ain't gonna be able to see it, I'm gonna share it anyway. So if y'all can see it, I'm gonna just read it out. So these are some of the things on the list. So for ladies, number 1, wear no bra when you with your dude. Let them see your nipples poking and what you wearing, right? You feel me? And so for dudes, like if she cooking some food, you know what I'm saying, go and get a little, little butt smack, you feel me? Make it a little shake, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, for girls, give them a lap dance, you know what I'm saying, kind of entertain them, right? Make out with each other, like in private places, like in the shower, for example. Give full body massages with happy endings. You know what I'm saying? Find the spots, you know what I'm saying, and where you can touch them. So for the example that they chose was like for a guy, like our scalps rub. So like, rub their scalp, you know what I'm saying? Treat them well. Dress up if you about to, you know what I'm saying, like if you about to get some intercourse going. Have some outfits, you know what I'm saying? Make it spicy. Send your dude like naughty text messages and like little voice notes. You know what I'm saying? Even video call them, try to seduce them and everything like that. Whisper. Like just a little kinky stuff, and They say accidentally pour water on your t-shirt when you're at home because like dudes, we get turned on by wet t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Wake up your spouse with rubs, licks, or whatever like that, and moaning sounds in their ear. So, what do y'all think about that?
Let's just wake up one morning and motherfucker just over there licking there, bro, like a cat, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Don't lick me, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, dog.
Don't lick me. Nah. You can wake me up to you know what I mean?
Yo, hey, all that stuff is, you know, it's pretty dope. But it all then ties back to fitness because if you're not attracted,
that shit ain't gonna work, bro. Don't exactly. You fat as shit, don't pour no water on you.
Exactly.
I ain't trying to see the outlines of your rolls. And then another thing is, bro, it's like the whole shirtless thing is cool. I'm just gonna be honest. Ground,
so we need to talk about this, bro. We need to talk about setting the standard. We need to talk about setting the standard. You feel me? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro. And matter of fact, bro, we're gonna get into that topic too later. When they talk about like make sure you in shape, that's gonna be the next video. But I want to know what y'all thought about that first before we move on to the next video.
Yeah, it all ties together. You gotta be attracted to
you know what rolling, bro. Hey, tell me what you think about it though.
No, you gotta have high standards for yourself if you expect any of that. If, like, cause half of that shit from that list, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, most women aren't doing. They ain't. When is a girl really gonna be in the kitchen cooking? Let's be honest. It's 2024, man. That bitch is ordering Uber Eats. She is not cooking no fucking food. So I'm just saying, it like you as the man. This is where I say, yo, men first. Men, you gotta set the standard for yourself. Live a certain lifestyle, bro. Make sure that you are upholding that lifestyle, and then you will find the woman that attributes to that lifestyle.
That's a bruh.
Then you got your own boundaries and your own standards. And if she don't want to come correct, then fucking kick that bitch and get the next.
1,000, bro. What I always say is, bro, find the puzzle piece to your already built lifestyle, bro. 100% fact. Go into it with the position of you looking for this. This is what it is going to be because it fits your lifestyle, and stand on principles. Man, bro, 1,000% agree.
That was funny. That was a funny list.
I'm sure half the things people have done. Yeah, right. And that's what Clay was talking about. Like maybe just half of them just did it, but the other half, they not doing it. They're not doing it.
That's why
they ain't looking, man. That's why they probably half in out. You know what I'm saying? They probably asking like, "Hey, where are we at with the relationship?" I don't know, man. You kind of half-assed it. You know, I don't know if I want to go all the way yet.
Let me ask y'all this: if two people have been together for 10 years and they're not married yet, what does that tell you?
Y'all ain't getting married. You've been together for 10 years. They ain't getting married.
No.
Now then let me ask a follow-up then.
Right.
Do you believe that marriage is like a necessity? Say you've been with someone for a certain amount of years, right? Because I mean, as the man, do you feel as a man that marriage is a necessity to you compared to what the woman feels? You know, because women, that's a woman's goal. If you get married, you hold it down, you get the family, you've won in life. All these other women chasing the bag and wanting to be bad bitches, they've lost. They taking L's. They're down bad. That's why they're on medication in their 30s. Well, down bad with 5 cat bags of cat food.
I'll take it from this.
I want to know.
I'll take it from this perspective.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna say the short answer is no. It's not required.
Okay.
Now, can it benefit you? It can benefit you based on your lifestyle. I don't necessarily agree that you should chase it unless it's a part of your goal. Just think about this. We have never seen a single man bachelor president. Most, if not all of them, were married. So to get in certain power positions, you're going to have to be married. So again, if you're going to get married, it's got to be the right person. You can't just choose anybody.
Right.
You're going to choose a wife, let it be somebody who's going to fit your life. So AKA, let's just say if you were a CEO and you going to Met Gala with your client, you're not about to bring no ratchet ass damn
sexy red
looking. No, bro.
Do your dance
because you don't fit the lifestyle, bro. You gotta fit the lifestyle. Keith stupid. She said not down bad. No, for real. Some of them girls be down bad. But now, like, you got to pick somebody to fit your lifestyle. But the short answer is marriage a requirement in this country now? No, it's not required at all. No.
So then so what do you think? I don't know if I asked that directly, but I'm saying, like, yeah, from the man's perspective, you said you don't believe it's a necessity, right?
I don't think it's required for a woman either.
So you don't believe that a woman should make it a goal to get married?
Now that's a different question. I said it's not required. Now, should she get married for her lifestyle? I believe she should, because it's an addition to her goal. And not, let's be clear about this too. A lot of chicks don't want to get married now either. What's going on?
Yeah, true.
We talking about love and fitness. Give your thoughts on how love and fitness kind of correlate. Right now, we're talking about, is marriage a requirement? It should be a requirement for one.
So that's the reason I ask, is because of like what you just said, is the fact of most women are straying away from marriage.
I think a woman should really answer that. Key, what y'all think? Let me know.
I don't think women should answer shit. It was answering for the last 10 years.
But I want to see what they thought about it, because like every girl is different. Like that's why I gave the caveat. Some chicks don't want to get married, and you don't need to get married. Not really. Now your lifestyle gonna be different, but again, that's your choice.
So then let me ask you this: so you think the girl who gets married is gonna be just as good or worse than the girl who stayed single and fucked off and just worried about getting her bag, and she was dating and dating? You get what I'm saying?
That question, yes. Now that question, the woman who's married in that position is, in my opinion, is better off.
It's showing you the promiscuity and what's gonna happen in the long term, because like I told you, right, as men, as we get older, our value grows, but as women, as they get older, their value declines. And when they're younger, they need to prospect themselves to a good man younger, because I feel like if they do get to that, they're not going to have to feel like they need to chase a bag their whole life. You get what I'm saying?
Hey,
that's why I'm asking.
Ask that question one more time, because Heavenly about to answer that question.
So
this for you too. So go ahead, answer the question. Ask the question.
So I asked, do you believe as a man it's a necessity to get married, and do you also believe as a woman it's also a necessity to get married?
If you heard that, go ahead and answer your question in the comment section. Same thing for you, Coach Candy. If you heard that question, go ahead and answer the question for him. We're trying to get the women's take on it. Hey, I got to use the restroom again. Go ahead, y'all.
I would say only if it's a necessity, if you're striving for that.
Mm-hmm. So this is for the man, right?
Your life plans. If it fits in your plans and you desire that, then you have to be that necessity. But if not, then not the case, because it isn't necessarily for everybody. Not everybody wants to be, in the kind of structure of marriage or have a family. There's people like that.
Yeah.
But it's up to the person to decide, okay, if this is what I want here, then what steps that I need to take to put myself in position to acquire that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just on a case by case with every person with that. And let's see how crazy things going on in this country, and how it is. There's a study going on right now about declining birth rates.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
yeah,
that's a real thing happening right now. We're not having enough babies for sure. And then they're talking about how we're overpopulated, but in reality we're not. What it is like I said, it's that influx of immigration coming over. That's what's making us look populated. But in reality, we're not having babies from America being born at an influx rate. It's actually at a very low rate, like you said. I'm not sure what the actual statistic is, but I know that is true.
Yeah.
We got some answers to the question too, y'all. So we have Heavenly said, personally, I desire marriage. I've always wanted a family of my own. Yeah, if you want a family of your own, definitely get married for that. 100%.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of the whole basis of my question, is to show that I agree with you guys 100%. It should only be it should only be obligated as a man if that's one of your goals, or it's like something of religion that you're based in.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. But I still don't believe it's going to hurt you as a man if you get married or not. I still believe you can raise a child and still be in a household and not be married. But I think if you're going to do it like that, you might as well do it under God or do it under a religion instead of doing it under the government. But as a woman, I do think it has a direct effect because like I said, it's not just physically, it's mentally, like all those years of her going through the dating process, man. And a lot of these women aren't gonna find, like, the dating pool gets worse as they get older. You get what I'm saying?
Now,
But for us men, the dating pool gets better as we get older.
Yes, that's true. Because that's just the double standard. So like,
Yeah.
think about Robert Downey, not Robert Downey. What's that dude who had a baby at 80? Al Pacino. Yeah, he just had a baby at 80. You know what I'm saying? I think that girl's like
been Robert De
in her
Niro, bro.
20s. Yeah, look it up for me. Anyway, he had a girl in her 20s. Like, no woman that's 80 is gonna be having no kids at 80, bro. Like, that's just physically impossible. So, I mean, based on the biological advantages, that's just the double standard that we have no choice but to accept. I agree with that 100%. I think he was like, I don't think marriage is a necessity, but it is an experience most women want to have. Now, I agree with that too. I think most women in hindsight want to be married 100%. Regardless if a woman decides to get married or not, I feel like we all belong to a tribe. That's true too. How is a man going to raise a child on his own? How can he leave a legacy? I can answer that one. So honestly, he can still have a legacy because he can probably just marry somebody else and he can still have that legacy.
The man's legacy is through his children, bro. So I could go nut in 10 girls and my legacy is now pushed forward.
Right. Think about what's the Bible? Solomon. King Solomon had all his kids, right? He wasn't married at all. So in that aspect of it, that's how a man would carry on his legacy. He can have a kid and still carry on his legacy pretty much without marriage, or if he decided to get married later, for the most part, he can do that later. And that in that context, that can happen.
Like, no part of me is saying that men should be out and about and just be fucking off and doing whatever, but I also feel like,
there you go.
Like, if you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage, I mean, like I said, bro, I don't advocate for relationships in the 20s. I think most men should just be trying to gain experiences and be trying to do difficult things and pushing themselves.
I agree with you. Yes, exactly. I've said that.
We're not going to be this young forever, and especially with the dating market being as fucking scattered as it is, dude, it's not worth that time. Like, if you do all your work and you got a little bit of the time at the end of your day or at the end of your week to go and do a little something,
do what you do,
but be responsible about it, bro. Yeah, go out, entertain. Like, you can't not be a part of civilization to an extent. You know, you still need to learn how to commingle. You still need to learn how to be in certain situations because people can tell that, right? They can tell your heightened sense of ability to interact with other people and be in certain situations, man. And that's also like a key characteristic within dating. If you don't have these certain knowledge-based, attributes to yourself, it's going to kind of throw you off and it's going to make you lower on the totem pole when it comes to the dating market.
She says, having an attitude, looking unkept, and being ready to complain when he comes home is not on that list. For real.
Listen,
what y'all think about that one?
Having an attitude, looking unkept, and being ready to complain when he comes home.
She's talking about the list that I was read earlier.
Oh,
yeah, but how's that going to turn the man on? That's going to make me not want to come home. That's going to make me go to the massage parlor. You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying, like, I think that's what like some chicks do now. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever they having attitudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Looking unkept, like,
I'm not gonna lie, but that list was.
You gonna get what you get. Like, how many of y'all done came? Well, have y'all heard somebody say, "Hey, y'all gonna get whatever? Was it the summer body? The summer gonna get whatever body I give it" type of attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that shit reminds me of the desirable truth. This one dude was asking, like, the girl what she wanted in the man or whatnot. She was like, if he don't got the bag, then I don't even care. I don't want nothing.
Right.
He gotta be having money. Like, it's like, dude.
That's another way.
Wallet.
Let's be clear. That's just another way of saying she a hoe.
That's crazy how that's such a generic thing now. You know, it's almost like it's normalized, bro. Most women don't want to hook up with a dude if they don't got a bag, bro. If you tell a woman, yo, your man's making $30,000 a year, she's gonna look at you like, huh? She's gonna be so fucking blown. She's gonna be like, $30,000? I thought 6 figures was the norm. And I'm like, bro, y'all don't understand shit. You just know what you see on Instagram and on fucking TikTok, and
Don't understand economics.
It said down bad. It says, how's a man going? Oh, yeah, we answered that question. We have to move away from an individual mindset. Yeah, I agree. I think we should come together for sure, and not really have an individual mindset for real. Because I think that's where we're going in society. I think everybody has an individual mindset, and it's almost like everybody out for themselves, and it breaks away relationships, right? And it pushes us away further into this whole woman versus man type of deal. Like, you know, yes, bro. Like,
so you think individuality is
we all come together, but we're gonna come together in the right way and not push this BS that's going on.
Right.
Kobe, do you believe that individuality is lacking in today's society?
Do I think what?
Individuality.
It's
So
lacking?
like you as Kobe, do you believe that you will still be Kobe even if, let's say, 9 other people disagree with you?
I think that more so has to do with confidence. And so I'm confident enough in myself because me personally, I'm a high self-assured person. So since I'm so self-assured of myself, I would, in that context, I would say I'm high in individuality. Now, I do think the individuality is actually lacking because I don't think that a lot of people are using their own thoughts. I think what's being I think a lot of stuff is being regurgitated. I think that a certain agenda and indoctrination is being pushed for us to think a certain way so we don't have our own thoughts. So in that context, I believe individuality is lacking because they're not using their own thoughts. They're copying someone else's thoughts and adopting it as themselves, and essentially is making them lost because they're not being who they truly are in their own thoughts and acting in that way as what we should be doing, and it causes a lot of destruction in society. That's what I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely individualism is lost day, especially because people just are really up clones of other people. Sheep following sheep.
Yeah, blindly.
Yeah, that's like what you said. Yeah, it's like everyone is them. I think like if me and Kobe were to have, or me and Jabari, me and Kobe, we were have our own separate conversations. It's not gonna be the same if we were to then go into a group. You get what I'm saying? Like certain things aren't gonna be said anymore because it tears down the individual whenever you bring people all into one group, because now we have to have the hive mind. You get what I'm saying? And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to tell you, don't think for yourself. And I think it's not to say not to discount anything you said, bro. Like it shouldn't be a me. It shouldn't be all about that. It should be, yes, you should be trying to put out instead of trying to like get what you can take. But also at the same time, when they try to tell us, oh, you need to step away from individuality, you need to step away from individualism, because what that does is it tears the society apart. Because say you got one guy here who says this about Israel, and then you got one guy here who says this about Palestine, you got one guy who says this about racial, social issues, and then you got one guy who says, like, all that does is just, what does it do? It makes us bicker back and forth. But in reality, you have to have those conversations. But what they want us to do is say, fuck the conversations. Let's all conform. Let's all hive mind together because this is how it should be, right? And it's like, that's what is taking away from us getting to any sort of actual progress. It's just isn't saying, hey, let's hive mind it together. And then guess what? Now we're just going to tell them what to fucking do. And it all starts with them giving you a time to tell you, don't fucking, like, you can't come outside no more. And when you go into airports and you go into malls, you need to wear a mask. You need to do all this shit. And guess what? When we tell you there's a vaccine, you need to take it, even if we tell you that we don't know if it's good for you or not.
You know what?
That's hive mind mentality to me.
That's a good question. I'm gonna ask the ladies this too. Like, all right, so for like y'all ladies, man, do y'all want a man that's gonna think for himself, or someone who is going to just go with the flow of what society's doing? What type of man are y'all gonna want? Which one? One that's gonna stand on principle of what he thinks and what he believes, or one that goes with what society's going just because it's safe, right? Because essentially that's what happens. Like what you was talking about, Clay, where wear a mask, get vaccinated, this is what you should do, you know, yada, yada, yada. And for someone to follow through, right? I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the vaccine, but I have my own reasons for not taking the vaccine. You dig what I'm saying? And I have my own thoughts. Now, I know people who will argue me up and down to get the vaccine. But I'm, again, as a man,
Don't trust those people, bro.
Well, here's but
Sorry,
nothing,
bro.
like,
Don't trust
I
anyone
go,
who's telling you
well,
you
no,
should be getting
no,
something.
like you know me though, because I do what I want, and that's what a man should do. He should do what he wants in regards to his purpose. And for me, I'm purpose driven based on what God has set planned for me. So, for example, like how I live my life, that's how I move. I don't think any man is over me for real. The only person, I ain't even say person, the only thing above me is God. And that's the person who planned out my life and have it set based on how I live my life. I went through X, Y, Z for a reason, for me to give back and have a purpose for this life. So I know who I am personally, and that's how I live. So if someone tells me to do something, like, now granted, context matters. If you're working at a job, I ain't saying if your boss, like, bro, like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to get paid, cool. But you know, I stand on principle too now. Don't get it twisted. So in that regard, I'm gonna have my own thought process about it and move forward. That doesn't necessarily mean I dislike anybody. That just means I move on this thought. This is how I move on it, and this is my opinion about it. I'll change my opinion based on the facts that's given, because again, I'm not perfect. So I'll go with what the facts and truth is, and I'll go off of that to make my decisions as a man. But that's personally what I do.
Mhm.
I don't think every man does that, but that's just something I do.
That's rare, brother. Very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare. You're definitely gonna have more of those. Hey man, you should take that vaccine. How many boosters have you got? I've got 5. Like, bro, what the fuck? When did boosters become a fucking contest, bro? Like, man, you got 4, I got 5. Them shits, dog. I'm like, you know, it's like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Where we've come in society is to tell another man, hey, bro, like, you should probably get that vaccine shot because, you know, you're putting a bunch of people at risk. They don't know jack shit about nothing. They just conform to what was told and they followed the mass. Because, like what you said, they lacked individuality, bro. They lacked thinking for themselves. And they said, oh, well, my job said I had to get it, you know, for my job. And I'm like, so that job is what contradicts or what basically tells you that you no longer have a freedom of choice, that you just have to conform to what they say because you think that this job is the end all be all, bro.
That's what they think. That's what and that's a great, and I'm so glad we're having this topic and conversation. They will conform to the job to where if they wholeheartedly don't want that shot, they'll do it for the money. You see a lot of that nowadays. Think about how many people have YouTube shows and they hurting themselves and faking it for views. Think about that.
Bro, a lot of people push the vaccine. Yeah,
didn't we talk about that on our last show when we was what were we saying? About like how people know the truth, but then they lie. Mm-hmm. They'll say what they can for the money. Mm-hmm. And that's how you know you sold your soul. Because now you can be bought. Now I can get you to do anything if the price is right. So it's not necessarily no. That means you're not standing on principle. That means you're standing on principle for a specific price, which means you have no principle. You just have a price point. Mm-hmm. That's where we at in society for real, because that's what's gonna make them change. Because think about this. You know the chip that they putting in people's spines? Money? I guarantee you half the population, if not most, will get that chip. Oh, we'll give you $20,000. Oh, sign me up. Yeah, switch real quick.
Signing their life away.
For money.
Listen, read when they send you that agreement, that terms of service agreement. Y'all better read that fine line and the fine lettering. Y'all better read all that shit, because I'm telling you right now that y'all gonna sell your body away.
Everything comes with a price, bro. Everything costs. I don't care what they say. What's going on with you, Bree?
I mean, that's literally like it's crazy. It's where we are though, technologically.
We're talking about love and fitness. Let me know your thoughts on love and fitness and how it correlates to relationships.
I completely forgot what that shit's called, but it's like a microchip, yeah. And I watched it, man. Like, there's a dude in a wheelchair. He's like, what do you call it? Fucking like the Stephen Hawking's wheelchair, you know. But he doesn't have the Stephen Hawking's thing. But regardless, bro, he's in the chair and he's like can't move his limbs, but he can sit there and you can watch him interact on the computer using his mind. And it's scary, if I'm being honest. It's like, holy shit, bro, it comes to that. Like, how do you know if some people aren't walking around with this technology already inside of them and they're able to do, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I will say this. If I don't want to put this on my life because I don't think it's going to happen. If I couldn't see, if I couldn't walk, if I couldn't hear, I probably would get that chip. I probably would get that chip. If I couldn't do any of that and that chip could allow me to see and allow me to to move my body and get back to living a true life, I probably take the chip, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You better man than me. I'm full conspiracy mode on this shit. They got a fucking damn. They got a
Either
kill
that or
button in that
die.
motherfucker, bro. And that shit gonna.
I mean, if I'm 80 years old,
Suicide Squad.
I'm not getting the chip, though.
That shit finna be like Suicide Squad.
If I'm
You leave the mission, we're gonna fucking blow your head off. It's a death, bro. You're done for it.
I got you. All right, that leads me to the next the video. So, all right, we're talking about love, working out together, and relationships, right? So now we're talking about the fitness and love tips portion. So there's a girl who, and I'll just give you the background of her, in case y'all don't know who April Mason is. I don't know if you know who that is, Jabari.
Yeah.
She taught women a long time about femininity and things like that, right? And so she was telling a story about how she got married at a young age. You know, she was in shape or whatever, and you know, she was out of shape, and then eventually she didn't realize she was out of shape. So I'm gonna let her kind of explain it in the video, and then we'll talk about what she was saying later, and let me know your thoughts on what she was saying. Let me share it out. All right, let me know if y'all can hear it in the comment section. Let me know if y'all can hear it on IG. All right, I'm gonna play the video.
No audio.
I went through a really horrible bout of depression,
real quick.
and I still in my mind was a size 6 married. I had no business being married.
Yeah.
But I got depressed. I went through a really horrible bout of depression, and I still in my mind was a size 6 in my head, but I wasn't paying attention that I was buying jeggings. I wasn't even buying jeans no more. My shirts went from medium to extra large, and I wasn't paying attention until one day I was in Walmart and I walked past the mirror and I literally got to see myself. Well, I'm only 5'3" without shoes. And I had got up to a size 16.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't even know me. No, you would have walked right on past me. But I had to make a decision, April, what's caused this? Because this is not you.
Yeah.
And I was in not a good marriage. Like I always tell people, you never hear me talking negatively about my ex-husband because I chose him based on where I was. He was a match to who I was at the time.
The unhealed version.
The unhealed version of me. So I don't have anything negative to say about him because he came into my life because I welcomed him. I always tell people it's not what you attract, is what you entertain. Because I can have a glass of water, and in this glass of water could be good men, bad men, and different men, toxic masculinity, and all other foolishness that they say now.
Yeah.
But what I choose to pull out of there is a reflection of where I am.
Yeah.
So what y'all think about what she was saying? Y'all think about what she was saying on that?
I think that's a clear example of what I told y'all. When these women get in their 30s, they're just gonna
That's what I was saying.
delusional, and they're gonna be depressed, and they're gonna be on medication. And that's what you got right there. She said so. She was very heavy, and then she lost a lot of weight. Is that basically what happened?
She was in shape when she got married, and then during the marriage, she started to become overweight. Yes.
Because like in the beginning, she was just talking about how it was like a size 16, and then all of a sudden I became an extra large. So I'm assuming she was saying after her marriage she lost a lot of weight.
Yes. Now when she got healed. So long story short, when she got healed is when she lost the weight. And I want to transition that to fitness because we talked about it in our class show where the big girl was talking about like just that mindset when she said like, I'm okay with being a big girl. Like, how I'm overweight is the same way how I'm black. And I'm like, that's not true. Like, come on. You can lose weight. You can choose to lose weight. But it was the mentality that came behind that. And so I was curious to see your thoughts, to see what she was saying, because she spoke about her being the unhealthy version and she was attracting unhealthy things based on that mindset.
I don't get that. It's a little like, because was she not already in good shape before she got married, then lost it all, correct?
So she was, so the basis of it, even though she was in shape, she was still unhealthy mentally.
So she has zero accountability is what it sounds like.
She had no accountability, right, during the marriage.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
She would rather blame it on her ex-husband or men in general and be like, well, I was a reflection of this, so this is why I went down that path and got fat again, then found it all back again. That's how it sounds to me.
What'd you think?
Yeah, although she said that she would doesn't talk bad about her ex-husband because she chose that.
Right.
It's like, I chose this,
Said that.
but it is, and that I also chose to entertain that whatever that version of himself was. So
I feel like that's an ad hominem a little bit. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna say anything bad about him, but that's definitely not who I was, and that's a reflection of me, and that's not something I want to be. But I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. Like, it's like, come on, man, just be honest. Like, say it was unhealthy, it was toxic situation. Don't talk about toxic masculinity because obviously it was something that man didn't like. It's something that she didn't like that brought her to that, and maybe that man was a little bit too easy about the whole situation. Because I'm gonna be honest, bro. If I'm with a girl and I see her gaining weight, I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna be like, yo, you're getting a little big. You need to go to the gym. You need to start eating better. I'm gonna tell her. And if she doesn't like it, then maybe she should have knew who the fuck she was getting with to begin with. Because I wouldn't have no soft-ass girl around me like that anyways. Because that would be my standard, bro.
Right.
A lot of men. That's another thing. Maybe he didn't have any standards. Maybe he was a little loose by his standards, and that's why she fell off the deep end. And then, like I said, it goes back to that accountability thing. And she was like, well, because he didn't say anything, then that means that I must have been all right. But now look at me, I'm unhealthy. So that's why I turned out the way I was, and I had to find myself again.
There you go.
I took it like so both of y'all made great points because y'all both onto something. And I didn't like how she said she had a reflection, right? So she was already taking accountability on the fact that she was unhealthy in that marriage. And she said the person that she met was a reflection of who she was at the time, which means if she's saying that she was unhealthy at the time, then that means she attracted an unhealthy person. So even though she's not speaking bad about that marriage, she's still speaking bad on the fact that she attracted someone who was not good for her in that case. So in a sense, Clay, you're right. She is dissing him in a nice way, but she's trying to be nice about it and be fickle about it by saying, I'm not going to speak bad about it, because she's taking the responsibility on the fact that she was not healthy herself. And it shows because she started to gain weight in the relationship. And it's again, it goes back to your mindset. You don't just gain weight out of no reason.
Right.
She said she didn't even realize it because in her mind, she was still a 6, which means she wasn't even aware of what she was doing or what she was taking into the fact that she was overweight. She was whole 10 sizes bigger. Whole 10 sizes bigger.
Way bigger.
How you go months without seeing yourself in the mirror? That shit don't make no sense. And then all of a sudden you're walking through Walmart.
That's the crazy part. She did see it in the mirror, but she didn't see the truth. She just saw in her own, she was in her own mind. So she can look in the mirror and see a beautiful, gorgeous woman, but in actuality, she was like super overweight. And so I think you should be self-aware in your relationships because, and Clay, you said it right, like we should be truthful. Clearly, if someone is gaining weight in a relationship and that's something that you don't like, and that's something we talked about, which is what you have to do, talk about your standards up front, then that's what needs to be upheld. Expectations should be taught up front first.
Yes.
Strengthen your relationship based on your communication and standards. If your standard is you need to be at a certain weight point or whatever, say that up front. Say it up front. And if it's off somewhere, you got to call it out.
Right.
And that's one thing that she was saying, because the fact that she didn't see that. And I'm glad she learned it. Unfortunately, it was later on, but it shows that she wasn't ready to get married in the first place. She was already unhealthy. I think was going to help out. What's going on, Jay? Oh yeah, we got that.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I just don't like that shit, bro. I don't like it. I don't like the little ad hominem dig. But I mean, I get it. I get it. It's a tour, bro. She's on a podcast, bro. She's gotta excite the story a little bit. She's gotta get her crowd. She needs to get them intrigued in what she's doing, and that's the easiest way for a lot of women to hook, line, and sinker a lot of other women into their bullshit. And I don't know her story, right? So who am I to say anything? But what she's saying, what it sounds like there's a lack of accountability there. And the fact that if you were in good shape, you had to be in a good mindset. It's very rare that you're in great shape and you're in a bad mindset. I mean, coming from bodybuilding, and I used to be fat. I used to be chubby. I wasn't a skinny guy. So I understand the being big and losing the weight. And then now on top of that, I compete as a bodybuilder, bro. So I definitely understand body dysmorphia on top of that. I mean, unless you are legitimately like you need to be in an insane asylum and you're seeing yourself as a 6 and you're fat as shit, over 200 pounds, I don't get it, bro. It's like I feel like it's more about the fact of they let it ride until one day it's like, you know what, I've had enough. So instead of me just taking the blame for all my bullshit, it's just a whole lot easier for me to unload my trauma onto someone else or to let them carry that baggage with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I didn't understand how that shit transitioned. But I guess that's the whole topic. I didn't understand it from the beginning, how it went from her story into the whole like, well, now I'm single. I basically got rid of my ex-husband. That's what it sounded like to me. And now I understand how I've been putting myself in all these bad. I'm like, so like there's that's one part. She had a bit of accountability on that where she said the reflection of I understand bad men and good men now. But I feel like, dude, women, y'all gonna have to figure this shit out a lot earlier because now I'm not sure how old she is, but she definitely looks like she's in her 40s. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. If she thinks she's ever gonna find another husband, brother, good luck. I give her all the graces of God to go find that man. But I don't know any man willing to take that shit. I just don't.
What you think, Jabbar?
Woo, man. In retrospect, with that quote, yeah, I actually concur with Clay that if you like in in great shape, you're naturally feel pretty good about yourself. Not necessarily like perfect on on the top of the world, but you actually feel naturally good about yourself. So to actually let yourself go, you gotta take accountability all the way around with that. It just like during that time of relationship, that marriage, I did let things go. I did my health like that. So
tell me your thoughts on love and fitness, bro.
I got to take accountability for that. But just kind of like it looks like a lot of picket pieces and stuff like that. So, oh, by the way, in regards of April Mason, I believe I remember she used to be a dating coach for a good bit of years. They quit because of her women clients having unrealistic expectations and just being done with them. I remember that video she had of that, and that it kind of reminded me of her. So
she was talking about the women having unrealistic expectations.
Yes. She used to have. She used to be a dating coach and was mentoring women and stuff like that for many years. But over time, as you deal with her clients, their unrealistic expectations were just so much. She was like, hell, I'm done with them. Like, I can't coach them. I can't teach them.
Yeah, she's enforcing that behavior, so it gets to a point where how you gonna pay for a service that she can't deliver on? You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. So I remembered her from that. She kind of expounded that it's not worth it. They can't be held.
No. Well, this is why women shouldn't give dating advice in general. Like you don't ask the fish how to catch the fish, right? You ask the fisherman. So what is a woman gonna be able to tell you about women's nature? You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's the difference between a woman being able. The same thing with how a woman raises their child, right? Like a woman's not gonna be able to teach the same values that the man can teach the child. Because the woman is the carer and the nurturer, right? She can teach you all that shit. So instead of a woman or a mother, let's say instead of a mother teaching their son or their child to how to not be in these certain situations and how to navigate the situations, they instead just like comfort them through the situations. So they don't really, like, a man can tell his son, hey, listen, when you see this and you see that, that's when you need to know to skedaddle. You need to get the fuck out. Like, right? Like a man can tell another man these things, but the mother is not going to be able to tell their child or their son this because all they know is nurturing and caring. So they're going to make the kid, they're going to affirm the kid through bad affirmations. And all that's going to do is end up getting, a man, he's going to grow up and he's not going to understand how to actually deal with women. And that's
you have to be both. Balance both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should
Also,
be a balance.
real world application too. So you need
Everybody
balance.
has their roles.
You need both.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's got their roles. A man has his role in the kid's life, just like a woman has her role in the kid's life. Like, even when I took what she said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I took it as a part of. I think she was just one of them crazy chicks, bro.
Yeah.
We've seen so many
Part of-
baddies who are crazy in the mental game to where they won't even know what's reality, even if they struck them in the head. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe that's what happened to her. You can be in shape and look good, but that doesn't necessarily mean mentally you're always healthy. Now, agreed, more than likely you should be, unless there's something else going on. And then for her, I believe there was something else that was definitely going on.
I can see she was fucking other dudes.
Well, I just don't think she was ready for marriage at all. But she admitted it. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly. She was fucking other dudes, bro.
And she could have been like, I don't know her story, so I can't speak on it. I don't speak on the truth. But like from what I've observed and what I heard in that particular instance, I could tell that girl was probably too much to handle. Like she was just doing the most, and she could do what she wanted to, and regardless of the fact that she couldn't even, I knew she was crazy because she said she looked in the mirror and didn't even realize she was 10 sizes larger.
You can see that in the mirror.
What was going on whenever she said that? I said,
Yeah.
that don't even sound right. I think Clay froze up, bro. I think you froze up. Yeah, he froze real quick. I'm gonna take him down.
Yeah, I concur with that. I concur with that as well, because it's like you see yourself in the mirror every day. If you're bodily conscious, you will see that. You be like, they fill out here and there. It's like, hold on,
probably crazy, bro. She probably giving that man hell, and so that's why, like, man, listen. I really believe that you should not you. I'm saying I think people should go and seek counsel, seek some mental counseling, right? Get an assessment mentally, get an assessment socially, in all aspects. That's what I believe. And in her case, I think she probably should have gotten an assessment. She should have gotten counseling because there was something else that was clearly going on. I mean, I think it's almost insane for someone to not realize that they're 10 sizes larger.
Right.
And for a guy not to say something, it's a little bit off with the guy too, because man, you need to be the one that's holding all things accountable, right? You need to have all things accountable, meaning this, you need to be the man. You need to be the man in the relationship. Hold on, let me bring you up back, Clay. I think you froze up, bro, so I had to bring you back on.
Shitty ass Wi-Fi.
Now, we were talking about like how like in the aspect of, I think she was just mentally, I think something was going on with her mentally, and I believe that she should have went to counseling, because no sane person is going to look in the mirror and not necessarily see that they're 10 sizes larger. I just don't believe that. I believe that she was just not mentally ready for a relationship. And I'm gonna be honest, I think there's probably other girls that's really out there in that same way. Those type of people, I believe, should go get counseling. I think that they need to have an assessment. And even if you don't think anything is wrong, just go get an assessment anyway, because you don't want to go into a situation where you're in a relationship with somebody and you're the problem. You need to look at yourself and heal yourself before you get into any relationship, regardless if you're a dude or a girl, right? That's what I'm saying, because I don't think any sane person mentally will go to the far wall and say that they looked in the mirror and didn't realize they were 10 sizes larger. I just don't believe that. I really don't think. I think there was something that was going on mentally that was in her case, right? And so for future reference, for any chick or guy, you got that, go get an assessment and make sure you're good before you get into any relationship. Because to be honest with you, that's going to mess up anywhere across the board. If you're a dude, you need to be the leader. What you say, you need to go ahead and back up everything you say. Have the plan ready. And for the woman, you should be prepared to go into that man's life and be an asset to him. 100%. That dude needs to have it.
They want leaders.
Right there. The woman slide in, help him do what he needs to do, and y'all build that thing together and have it right.
That's right.
It's tough, man. It's tough. They don't want to hear this shit. They don't want to hear it, but yeah.
That's
I
pure
think a
gold.
lot of people have this weird thing where they think like, oh, you know, I'm gonna work on myself, and then when I get into this relationship, like the whole comfortability thing starts wearing in on people. But I think it's mainly about the fact of is they stop forgetting the whole reason like why they were doing what they were doing was they were doing it for them. But then they get this gratitude effect. It's a gratitude effect, right? It's like, okay, so I got in good shape, and then I got the girl I wanted or whatever. But then guess what? You still gotta keep that girl. You still gotta maintain that lifestyle. You can't
that's right there.
Yeah.
Maintain.
And I was also gonna say this too, that it also just a slight shift. Yeah, to me that you gotta always keep that blade. You always gotta keep that sword sharp, always.
Yeah, even in
everything in life, and also this too, and this ties to fitness as well. And I'll also go bring this up when I have that other chat with the other gentleman this upcoming weekend. Is something that really want to drive home is that with fitness, you can't have. I'll be real. You can't have a aesthetic goal. I'm sorry. I don't think that's sustainable because once you achieve it, then the natural thing would be what's next. What's the next challenge? What's the next thing? Something that The Rock, Dwayne Johnson brought up. He brought this up on a WrestleMania press conference show, like after WrestleMania, and he was talking about how for all that accolades he's done, he recently came back to wrestling for in a new different role. But somebody asked him a question, and he explained that he didn't necessarily have to come back. He could easily, with all the success, accolades, he could just chill. But he said himself that he could have just done that, but he still wants to say, okay, what's the next mountain? And to tie back to fitness is just that, you gotta always have that next mountain, the next goal, and then constantly building, and thus you'll always stay sharpening. And then tie it back into relationships. You can't lose yourself to the relationship. You always gotta stay your individual self, build it. Because once you lose that edge, then be like, hey, you're not like the old person you used to be. What happened? Before you know it, poof, she be gone.
Look at you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you?
If you don't continue self-improvement, bro, yeah. That's why I said something. I don't know if I put it on Facebook or I think I put one of our videos up, Kobe. And I was saying, I was talking about self-improvement, and I'm like, yo, women smell that shit from a mile away. Like, that's one thing I'll give women, man. They're good at smelling bullshit, but at the same time, I think, I don't know. I don't want to contradict myself, but I think they're good at smelling bullshit. But then sometimes I'm like, maybe they just are full of shit, and that's why. But but nah, for real, it's like
they be like, I don't know. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
It's like they'll go through a bunch of dudes, and it's like y'all know the good ones from the bad ones. Y'all just like the bad boys, right? That's the whole tendency of these girls nowadays. They'd rather have the bad boy than the nice guy, right? But it's the sense of, I think a lot of dudes will get with a woman and then they'll stop doing what they were doing that made that woman fall for them in the first place. And it's like you're doubling back, man. You're going back to square one when you do that shit. It doesn't matter who comes into your life. You should never stop being purposeful. Always be purposeful, regardless, because she could come and go. Like you said, right? They could come and go. So, and they come a dime a dozen. I'll be honest with it, fellas. Like, a lot of dudes think that they're gonna fuck the first thing they see, and that's gonna be like nah, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Nowadays, nah, it's very rare that the first girl you have sex with is the girl you're gonna spend the rest of your life.
It's just your turn. That's all it is. It's just your turn.
It's crazy out there in the streets.
I'm not saying I wish it was like that, but society doesn't want it to be that way. You gotta live the way you gotta live. The game is the game, right, Kobe? Like,
right.
Bro, if you're gonna play the game, at least go for the winning position. That's all I'm gonna say. It's like what's his name? Coach Greg Adams said that. It's like, if you're gonna play, man, you play to win. Don't play a game where you losing. Play the one where you're gonna win. Meaning set yourself up for success, bro. That's what you don't be getting played out here, bro.
Exactly.
Especially when you got the facts to back it up. Go over the facts.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to say this just like because we're on topic. I was in Charleston, like 3 weeks ago, and I had this girl come up to me that she was like, she had been known Brennan. It was her and her friend, and they were in their late 20s, probably right there about to touch 30. And this girl, man, she came up to me, and she's not bad looking. She was pretty good looking, and she had a good body on her and all that. But we start talking, and it's like my autism, bro. I'm not really like, sometimes I just lock into a zone and all I do is start talking about this shit. And she was just like, I just don't get it. Why can't I find like a good man? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, well, number one is probably because you've already been with so many dudes that it's hard for you to pair bond with another man. And then now that you're at this point, like I can look at how she's dressed up. I can see what she's wearing. I'm like, well, you're dressed up pretty promiscuously. I'm not saying that I get it. You used to be kind of thick, and now you've lost this weight and you feel good about yourself. But I'm like, that's what society is trying to push into your head to tell you should be proud of it. Yes, be proud of it, but why the fuck does the world need to see that? The world does not need to see your body. They don't need to see all that. That's the gist of the mystery, man. Men like the mystery, right? Yeah. Women want to know that she's got the winner, right? But men want the mystery in a sense of that nobody's had her. The world isn't ventured into this woman, you know what I'm saying, and changed her in many ways that we can't even talk about, you know? It's like, yo,
well, don't be showing, man. It's like, man, I don't see how like a girl can flirt with you and then go flirt with somebody else and then expect you to continue on and do what you want. I'm like, hold on. First of all, wasn't you just flirting with another dude?
Yeah.
Shorty, go on somewhere, man. Go on somewhere with that.
They treat it like a commodity, bro, because they get it. Women at the moment they go through puberty, bro. The moment they start puberty, women are already getting male attention. Already. So the minute that her boobs start coming in, guess what? Men are gonna start looking at that girl, bro. And women, they're prone to that shit throughout life. A lot of girls will be like, oh. And this is another red flag that I didn't talk about earlier, fellas. Listen, when a girl talks about, well, dudes don't talk to me and dudes don't say anything to me, dudes don't hit on me, dudes don't she's lying. She's fucking lying. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. She could be a fucking grade A 4. She could be a 4 and weigh over 200 pounds. There is a man sick enough and down bad enough that's gonna try to press her. I'm just telling y'all.
True. Playing real 4, boy, down bad enough, still go out.
I ain't touching that.
Hey, that's fact. But see, all right, so that's the thing that I want to say, man. Like, listen, I ain't gonna plot. I ain't never heard a girl say something like, oh yeah, dudes don't be hitting on me. I'm like, I don't ever think a girl has said that to me at all, because I wouldn't believe it anyway if she did. Like, because we know what's going on. Every girl gets hit no matter what. That's the reality if you're in America.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And for a dude, for us to really be in that winner position, bro, like, you got to set yourself aside from the average. You got to have money. You got to be stable. You got to be that dude, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to have some status, and you can have more of the pick of your litter. And if you choose to be with one woman, at least you can do that. But at least be in the winner position to where if you choose a good woman. Choose the good woman, bro. Like, I wouldn't say worry about the schematics. Don't worry about what everybody else say. I don't care what nobody else think. You get the girl that's gonna work for your lifestyle at the end of the day. But the way that's gonna happen is you gotta set yourself apart, be that dude, get on purpose, stand on principle, and whatever chick that come your way, she gonna rock with you. But you choose the best one that's gonna be for you. Choose the best looking one. Choose the one that's gonna be on your program, and find that middle ground and go with it if that's your goal.
True. Cobe, you know you say that, bro.
Player, like mother, what's her buddy name? Like Arian or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Be a playboy, but at least you got that. If you have it like that, and if you choose to do that, and that's your lifestyle, do that. What's that one? The song said, "It's a man's world."
Oh. Yeah.
All right, so then, going into this topic, well, so y'all heard the whole trend, the shit going around right now. Would you rather be stuck in the forest with a man or a bear?
Yeah.
Fellas, so let's reverse it. Hold on, fellas. Hold on, I'm not finished. Let's reverse it. All right. So, fellas, would you rather be stuck in the forest with a bear or a woman?
Woman.
You'd rather be stuck in the forest with a woman. You're a strong soul right there, Jabari. I'm telling you right now,
Bro,
man.
you understand what bears can do, right?
I don't know, man. I understand bears are they very well are dangerous animals, but I don't think I think they're not as. You got to provoke a bear. I feel like for it to really try to come and fuck with you.
Nah.
I'm just saying nowadays, bro. You'll go do 10 years for fucking looking at a woman the wrong way. I'd rather get my throat ripped out and go serve 10, 15 years and get my freedoms taken away because a girl said I essayed her or looked at her the wrong way. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's a different question. Now, if we in the
It's not. It's the same question, bro. Because a girl can literally, you could walk out the woods with that girl and say you helped her survive for 3 days, and she could turn around and say, "Yo, he raped me."
Well, that's the thing though. Just because you're stuck in the woods with it, don't mean you gotta have sex with it. Let's be clear about that too.
I'm saying, bro,
Right.
that maybe you didn't have sex with her, bro, but she can go and tell those lies about you. How often do you hear it in the media nowadays? More than ever.
Well,
Women are lying left. The Me Too movement is literally a cult of liars pushing to get money to extract resources from men.
That's
The
true.
extreme part.
This is the beauty of this, though. This is why proof is coming into play. Now, granted, a girl can call the cops on you and say she was hit, and a dude will go to jail. That is true. Now, the rules are changing. Now, you have to look like you've been hit now. So if a cop comes over, you have to physically look like you've been like jacked up, right? And most women ain't just gonna hit themselves, right? And
Hey, brother, I don't think you believe in these women enough, man.
No, it's not that. It's not that. I just know that. I know that a cop will say, "Well, I don't see no scratches. Like, what exactly happened, right?" And so, I've seen that situation actually go down to where a girl did lie and say a dude did something. The cop showed up, and the cop talked to both of them, and the dude did not go to jail because it was clear that she was just lying. It was 100% lie. And so, in that scenario, for a dude, you just got to know how to move. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask
Any
you.
girl can lie on you, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work. I have not had a girl lie on me about anything I've done because I've been truthful with it. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I've been honest from the jump. And as a dude, you should be honest from the jump. If you get in a relationship with somebody, you need to be honest about what you want. You need to be honest about what you're trying to build.
There you go.
You know what's going on, know what type of girl you want, and go for that. I'm not gonna choose a girl who's gonna sit up there and lie and call the cops on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the type of chick that is. I don't have to choose that. And I don't think any dude should choose that. That's just a lying ass chick.
How do you know that Mrs. April's ex-husband wasn't that same guy you just?
Well, I don't think he was that dude. I think he was a little questionable my damn self. I don't think he was a real one. If he chose a chick who was mentally insane like that, and then for her to look in the mirror and say 10 sizes later, and for him not to say nothing either, yeah, I can agree. I don't think he was that dude. That's my personal opinion about it. Because I think something was wrong with her, but for a dude to go and marry a chick that something's wrong with her, I think something's wrong with him. 100%. I don't think he was self-aware. Now, I don't know the dude, but based on what I heard, I will be glad to say my observation would be true. Like, probably was something was wrong with him for choosing that type of chick.
Respect it.
Yeah.
Respect it.
So, dudes, don't be choosing no crazy chicks. And if you choosing a crazy chick, you probably ain't got no luck.
Well, the reason I say that too is just because, man, like,
our fit.
I just
talking about
bro,
love and relationships. Let me know how you feel about fitness and how it correlates to love and relationships.
I feel like this is like me kind of I don't know, I'm trying to drill in the point at this point now, but man, you're saying everything and it sounds good, Kobe, but then I sit there in the back of my mind and I'm like, but most of these stories that sound good usually end up in the shitter. It's very fucking like you don't really hear about successful marriages, successful relationships. That's like almost like a pastime now to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the last 20 years, it's just been a lot of degenerate shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Because like we've just detached ourselves so far from what we were like 40, 50 years ago, but that's just, everyone will say, well, oh, we're here now because of all the progressiveness that's been going on. And I'm like, well, does progressiveness always mean that we're doing better?
No, well, here's the thing. This is what I say. I'm only saying that because I'm speaking on the people who are winning. So relationships who are winning. The numbers show that the divorces are rising, right? So we do know that less people are getting married. We know that more people are getting divorced based on the numbers, and based on the stats, it shows that the number one reason for the marriages, or the top reason, is financial reasons.
Mhm.
But if you look on the side that is winning, which means the marriages they're not breaking up, they make over a certain amount of money. So,
but usually, who's making the most?
Well, in the cases of the number, we're gonna have to say that in most cases it's a household income. So I can't say if it's actually the dude.
One's got to be making more than the other, brother. One's got to be making more than the other. There's no equal shit.
No, I'm not saying it's equal. I'm not saying it's equal at all. I'm being clear to say this. Finances is not an issue, and we got to be clear about who's getting the divorce. Most of the time, the girl's leaving the relationship based on financial reasons. And so if the ones that have money are not leaving, I can safely say that most of the time the dude is probably the one, and the majority is the one that's making the bulk of the bread.
Exactly.
Now, in reality of it, I'm speaking on the average person out here. I think the average person is doing it wrong. I think they're getting married for the wrong reasons. I don't think that most guys are picking the right girls. I don't think most girls are getting into relationships with the guys that they actually need to get into relationships with. I think they went into it with the wrong reasons, which is why they're filing for divorces in the first place. Most of the time, the dudes are not the one that's filing anyway. It's going to be the chick. So more than likely, they got into a situation where they got into it with a dude and they're not happy. They have no fault divorces, so you can pretty much get a divorce about anything. So all you got to do nowadays is say, I ain't happy, which means you didn't pick the right dude. So I think it's incorrect actions being done on both sides. I don't think dudes are picking the right men. I mean, dudes are picking the right women in average. I don't think the women are choosing the right men overall in average. I just think they're doing it the wrong way. I'm speaking on the fact of how it should be done based on what is working, and what does work. I do know is for a guy to stand on principle, for a dude to make for an excessive amount of money, meaning he ain't got to be rich, but you damn sure better be prepared to have a nice lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's the one that you're going to more than likely have a better option to, because you have more to choose from, which means there's going to be good and bad in that, but you have the discernment to choose the right type of chick for your lifestyle, which is why I say if you're going to get married, which is not a requirement, but if you choose to do it, have someone that's going to be your puzzle piece, because then that's going to give you a different perspective and a different chick to look at. I know for a fact I'm not going to be choosing no sexy red looking chick out here not to be my wife, because that doesn't even fit my puzzle piece. I'm not going to choose someone who's unhealthy. I work out every day. It would be not conducive for me to choose someone who's out of shape, because it wouldn't even fit my lifestyle. So I already don't even see those type of chicks. I'm already narrowing my pool down to a certain level of chick anyway, regardless. So I think
you don't believe in compromising yourself in a relationship? You believe you should never compromise in a relationship, or do you believe a man should make compromises?
I think if you're going to get married, I think you should put your pride aside and do what's good in purpose. So I don't think a dude should be overly arrogant. I don't think he should be an over dictator in his relationship. I think he should be considerate of the woman that he chooses. I think that he should pick the one that's going to suit his lifestyle, which means that y'all both work to a specific goal, to the end goal, in the best way possible. And it's going to be based on his leadership, because at the end of the day, as a woman, and I know women, y'all could probably agree to this, y'all want a guy who's going to set the standard, set the principle, someone who you can align yourself with, and you can give your all to respect of. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful balance where Jabbar, you said it when it comes about balance, you got to have a beautiful balance. When it comes to the kids, for example, Clay, like you said,
Mhm.
A man should set that principle because a woman's role is a woman's role. She needs to be in her best role, femininity, which is taking care of the kids and being a good wife to her husband, because he will find a wife find a good thing. That's the If you're looking at Christianity now, we're talking about religion. That's what it says in the Bible to do as a woman. That's their purpose. And for a man's purpose, you need to do what you got to do. Number one, for what God has you set, which is bear fruit, and multiply. So do what you got to do as a man to grow that. Rexy have a question. Says, personally, I feel like couples that make it a point to take care of themselves put more effort into the relationship as well. I agree to that 100%.
Yep.
That's what I talked about earlier when I like to see couples in there working out together, which is true in that extent. I like to see healthy relationships.
So I agree with you on a lot of that. I think the only thing that I would disagree on is the basis of what's getting worked towards. I think if you really want a relationship to last, and like you said, you got to pick the unicorn, right? And a lot of these women are not unicorns. It's if you find that 0.001 woman, congrats to you, bro. But I think for the most part, man, what it is a lot of men, like I said, they fall off the horse or they fall away from their goal. Or in a sense, like you said, it becomes our goal. You know, it's like this, let's conform together now. And my thing is, it has to lead. It has to be the financial, he has to take on the financial burdens. He needs to be the leader. He has to have the final say so no matter what. I mean, I'll listen to what the woman has to say, but at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter because I'm gonna be the one making the final say. That's
exactly my point. So what I'm saying is you should be considerate. So
100% considerate to what she has to say, but in all retrospect, it's not gonna matter what she has to say because regardless if I say no, because she's like, yeah, I'm like, oh, well, I'll hear you out. But at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter.
And so that's my whole thing. I agree to that 100%. But that's my point when I say you should be. I'm gonna be considerate because at the end of the day, I have a purpose in choosing the right type of woman. So when I say being considerate, you should be considerate because you need to have a good woman that's going to represent you. So you want to be considerate about her thoughts because why? She's going to go out there and represent you.
Exactly.
You don't want like out here looking bad because they're going to be like, well, what's your last name? Oh, my last name is such and such. Oh, you such and such husband? Oh, this type of chick is going around doing blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to be dictated based on the type of woman you choose because why? You're going to set that standard up front. That's what I mean by you should be considered because you don't want her bad mouthing the relationship. You don't want to be out here making y'all look bad.
Exactly. Because the woman has to look up to you.
Make y'all lose money.
She has to look up to you. The woman has to look up to you. She has to respect you. And I believe that once you've put the goal, like this is what I say, man, straight up. Men, it needs to be your goal. You need to be chasing your success, period. And she needs to find her place in that. It's not, hey, we're going to make a goal to get, like, and I'm not saying anything against what you're saying. I'm just saying most of the time when people do that shit, that eventually the woman's going to end up exceeding the men in financial. And guess what? She ends up leaving that man. And now that she's fucked the man that might be making a lot more, she feels like that's the sort of man that she competes for. But what a lot of women don't understand is just because you fuck the man that's a millionaire does not mean that you can keep the man that is a millionaire. So a lot of these women will get into this heightened sense of ego or whatever it may be in a relationship because a man was stupid enough to build her up throughout that relationship, where instead he should have been focusing on himself, his fucking goals, he should have been focusing on his success and trying to make sure that he can feed his family and make sure that he can be the man that he needs to be to lead that family. And she needs to find her way in that lifestyle that she can help make it easier for you to get that. You know what I'm saying? If a woman doesn't add to the equation, she's taking from it. And that's what I say is a lot of these relationships, if you notice that she's not adding to the equation, she's just making herself a part of it. Like, dude, I've worked for dudes before that allow their women to come in on their businesses. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it never works out. It's never good. It never works out. There's always going to be issues because there's going to be disagreements. And a lot of dudes too they'll pussyfoot around their wives, right? The whole happy wives, happy lives. Those guys are pussies. You could literally compare them to fucking neuter dogs and guys who chop their dicks off because at that point they don't have shit no more. They don't even get no pussy. They ain't had no pussy for 30-something years. That shit dusty as fuck. And then they sitting there and they still talking about happy wives, happy lives. I'm like, homeboy, I'm sorry, I couldn't be you. I couldn't sit there and be looking at this hoe. And I get
funny as hell. Like, hey, listen, but see, what you're speaking on too, man.
You gotta be getting that shit on. Like,
that's a dude who, again, is off his purpose. As a dude, you should be doing that. You should be setting yourself up and your chick up for success. Meaning this, you need to set your woman up with what she needs to do for you. That's point blank. Period. That's it.
And then when you got them cats that end up being 80 something and not getting no pussy, that's who you'll see out at these clubs
That's
and shit
insane.
out of pocket. You're like, yo, you're not supposed to be here. What you doing here, bro?
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, man.
I agree with you. Yeah, for real. Now, and what you're saying is facts because, like, so, and that's why I say, like, for me, the woman that you pick essentially is going to be your reflection. So you need to make sure that she's going to give a good example for the family at the end of the day, right? And so that's what you want to go off of, but it's based on what the man has. Again, because the guy's going to be that leader. So you got to set the standard up front. That's why I say, like, I don't think a dude really should get married unless he has that standard up front. Or if he's going to get married young, he needs to have someone who's leading him, mentoring him, and walking the steps throughout the way. Because I'm going to be honest with you, when I was in my 20s, I was a completely different person. I couldn't imagine leading the household up, you know what I'm saying, without that help.
Right.
So most dudes don't have that anyway because most of them don't even have their fathers in their life.
Yeah,
So
bro.
of course they already know what's going on.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying? And so that in that case, they need to set themselves up. That's why I started earlier. I said they need to go out here and get into some pain. They need to go and fail at some stuff, go try stuff, and find themselves. But like I said, their purpose is going to be showed to them based on their lifestyle. Their lifestyle. And the only way you're going to know that is to get out here and live your life. Get out. Go, if you go, whatever it's school or whatever, like, you got to go through some trials and tribulations. You're going to bump your head. You're going to be stressed out. You're going to go home, punch the pillow sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because you probably done fucked up somewhere. It's all right. That's what dudes do. You feel me? You're going to have to think about how many times, say a girl done broke your heart. You like, damn, I knew better. And it made you a savage. Made you a straight savage, you know what I'm saying? But it made you hardened to where you're not bitter about it, but you learn from it to where you ain't gonna bump your head again. And even if you do, it ain't gonna hurt that bad because you realize where your mistakes was. It makes you feel better. What's going on, Boston? We talking about fitness, relationships, bro.
You can't be a logical being and then get your shit fucked up one time and then be like, yeah, you know what, shit happens. Fuck it, we do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's not how it works.
You ain't even trying to learn at that point. That's a dummy.
Yeah, but dude, most men out here are dumb though, Kobe. That's the crazy is the average man out here is more worried about chasing pussy and how to talk to girls than they're more worried about picking up accolades and working on themselves. And that's why a lot of these guys can't get girls. They're not even worried about the first thing, and that's first things first is you, bro. Like, why are you not worried about how your physique looks? Why are you not more worried about your financial literacy and your finances? Why are you not more worried about your mentality and the mindset that you have that you put out into the world every single day you wake up? Because people are in your life and they see that shit and they're going to pick up from that shit. So you have to be the beacon of hope that these people need. And yeah, it might feel corny. Yeah, people might look at you and talk shit some way, but they're going to talk shit about you regardless if you're somebody or if you're nobody. Would you rather not be top of the fucking chain, or would you still be a little piece of shit getting shit talked about and getting shitted on? Hey, motherfucker, I'd rather be sitting at the top doing my shit, speaking the way I want to speak and telling them how it is, because they don't have to agree with me. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you from a first-hand perspective is you got to work on yourself first and foremost, because women are not going to teach. Yeah, you need to go through heartbreak, of course, but I don't believe that women are going to teach you anything in the real world that's actually going to apply to the dating world, because you need to go through different, like you said, trials and tribulations, go through hard shit, because what it's going to do is it's going to put calluses on your hand. It's going to put calluses on your soul, bro. And you need that. You need calluses on your soul. A lot of motherfuckers got these soft ass souls. They got skin soft hands.
You preaching, bro. You got
fucking baby lotion on that shit. They've been fucking jerking their meat too fucking much. But instead, what they need to be focusing on is getting their ass in the fucking gym.
Hey, bro, you got some fans. Hold on. Hey, our fit says that a man is the head of the household. They are responsible. Their responsibility is to lead. Everything y'all saying is facts. So we got women out here that know what's going on. You feel me? Shout out to my man Boston. Hey man, if y'all need a haircut, you feel me? If you need a good lineup, make sure y'all go see Boston Finest Barber Lounge down there in Concord, North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want no barber cuts over here, bro. We be throwing the fades for free. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we've been throwing fades all night, man. That's crazy, bro. Like it's been some facts, man. Listen, this was a great conversation because I like where this was going. I like how we tied it back to fitness. You dig? And like this is stuff that we're talking about is this facts because it's dropping gems. At the end of the day, I think we're pretty much saying the same stuff, man. Like guys, get y'all shit together. Guys, get your shit together. Girls,
right.
Find somebody that you gonna really, really fuck with, respect, and hold down. You know what I'm saying? Any girl can get a dude. It's about keeping the motherfucker. It's keeping the motherfucker at the end of the day. And the one that's gonna get kept is the one that's gonna find suit in the man that they choosing at the end of the day. And that's the one that's gonna fall in line. And for the ones that's winning, the ones that I'm actually like talking to, that's what they got. They chicks is on board with whatever the dude is doing. The dudes they just optimal what they're great in what they do and succeeding, and that's all they focus on. They're not worried about everybody else out here. And they damn sure ain't sipping for their girl. I'm gonna just keep it real about that. They ain't sipping for their girl. The real ones at the end of the day.
Like you said, bro, you gotta go through that big heartbreak. And, I mean, bro, if you don't learn from that shit, Let
me ask y'all this: how old were y'all when y'all got y'all like big heartbreak? How old?
Man, for me.
Same thing for you, Arfit. How old were you whenever you got your first heartbreak? Same thing for you, boss.
I was 16.
That was like 14. I remember all too well. Check this out. There was this chick I was feeling in high school, right? And I remember I was talking to her over the phone, and she told me on the phone, like, well, you know, you cool on Jabari, but I'm just not feeling like that. I don't like it like that.
What?
And it was just like that. And I remember this clear as day. After I got off the phone, my sister was in the house along with one of her best friends. And I remember just, after I got off the phone, I was going to my sister. I was just crying.
You was crying?
Yeah. I was crying. And she's like, my sister was telling me, like, hey, bro, don't worry about it. You'll get stronger. Just move on. You'll be all right. And sure enough, she was right, because check this out. I actually looked up that person recently, and I just thought to myself, she looked bad. She looked off the chain back then, but now when I saw her, I was like,
she's like a whale.
I was just gonna say she probably bad as shit, ain't she?
You said yeah.
She fell off.
Hey, boy, karma is a bad beat. Karma is a bad beat. That's always gonna be a bad beat. You did.
I mean, she could, cool people with this. I'm like, I didn't even it was just more of like, why? Hey, I know, you might, start families, have kids, but hey, you fell off. I was like, dang, bro, like, it was wild. I was like, wow.
Hey, man. Yeah. Man, 14 years old, and you done seen her, and you done came up in the world, bro. That's you a handful, bro. Hey, listen, bro. Keep shining on them, man. That's crazy. Hold on, let me read some of these comments.
That's tough, though. I
was in college. Hey, college was some real heartbreaks, bro, for real. I was 21, engaged, not a good time, been single since. Hey, them college ages, bro, was in them 20s, bro. That's them big ones.
Is that a dude or a girl?
So the one that was 21, engaged, not a good time, that's a girl, Arfit. And then Boston said he was in college. The chick swore that she wasn't on some shit, and she was caught up on a dude by my roommate. Damn.
Hey, ask her how old the guy was who proposed to her.
Hey, Arfit, how old was the guy that proposed to you?
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if he was the same age, that's dumb as shit. They both dumb.
They might have been the same age, 21.
Just because, like, it's not. Number one, why are you in a relationship and you're going? Why are you going to college and you're in a relationship?
Yeah, how old was the dude that that you was engaged with? Chick swore she wasn't on some shit, and she was caught up on a dude by my roommate. That's wild, bro. Yo, roommate smash, bro. She smashed.
I've heard plenty of roommates smashing.
She smashed the homie.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, here we go. he was 20 and I was 19 getting engaged. Okay, so the dude was 20.
Y'all both stupid as fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and like I said, it was stupid, Clay. I agree. Yes, she agreed, bro. You was dead on. You was on.
How old is she now then? Was she like older?
I don't know how old she is now.
Yeah, like regardless of that, like she knew that, like that's a fairy tale. Like for number one, why are you in a relationship going into college? Number two, why if you're about to get engaged, why are you going off to college? Why, like like it's this
I don't know if she was in college or not.
This fantasy they create in everyone's mindset. Like yeah, you can go to college and still have a realistic relationship, or you can definitely get married. Like no, that's not happening.
Hey, boy, when I was in college, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Them girls out.
It's too much freedom, bro. You're too young with too much freedom. It doesn't.
Yeah, he's still growing.
She said she gonna be 24 in July. We were both.
She still got time.
She wasn't. They wasn't in college. She said they was working full time.
Wait, she's still with that guy?
No, I don't think she's still with him. No.
Hey, tell her she still got time.
Are you still with the dude? I doubt it. I mean, if they was engaged, I doubt that.
Tell her she still got time, but she needs to hurry up.
She said she's still single, so I don't think she with the dude.
Well, she needs to hurry up.
The real question is you still messing with the dude?
She probably still fucking
on and off with the nigga. She said, "Hell no."
She's still fucking. She's still fucking.
I ain't fucking with him.
That's that once a year late night booty call bullshit.
That nigga ain't trying to get married. Hey, you trying to get married? Yeah, you gotta go. That's crazy, man. My first heartbreak, like big heartbreak. I want to say I guess I was like 21, bro. I was 21 too.
Late bloomer.
I was 21. Yeah, bro. I thought I was in love, bro. In college, man. That's a heck nah.
Damn. We talking about shit.
Bro, I learned the hard way, bro. I learned the hard way. You feel me? Bro, I went over. Let's check this out, bro. So I was working and I was going to school, bro. I went over to the apartment, bro. She wasn't at the apartment. I was like, dang, I don't know where she at. She probably at work. So I knew her friend stayed to the apartment close to us, and she had a boyfriend too. So I said, let me go over there and see what they got going on. And I was like, my chick Carl was over there. I said, okay, cool, she over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm knocking on the door and everything. And so her friend answered the door like all creepy, like she barely opened up the door. Was like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, where such as she in there? And she like, yeah. I said, let me in. What you mean? Bro, it's 3 dudes in the house, bro. And boyfriend. So both of them was sliding. I said, what's going on?
Hey, was her friend single? Was she friends with the girl?
Her friend had a boyfriend, bro. He wasn't there at the house, bro.
This proves the point even more. You can't be in a relationship in college. It don't work. I'm sorry, fellas. You might think that girl's a good girl, but when she goes to college, she's stacking bodies, man. She ain't fucking going to do papers. She's stacking bodies. She's going to get some experience. That's what she's going to college for. You're not going to college. Listen, girls will dump their boys. They will dump their men just to be like, I want the full college experience. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? You just want to take dates all day? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, bro.
College is a complete scam alone. And then if you really think that someone's going to college to it's very rare that people actually go to college to get the education, because a lot of these degrees nowadays aren't worth shit. They're not. Bunch of bullshit degrees. So I'm just being honest, man. Unless you're going for
you go to college, man, like at least if you're gonna go, at least know what you're gonna do. So like for example, if you're trying to grow up to be an actual engineer, go to an engineering school. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be a doctor, go to an actual school that promotes
practical degrees. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go to what you're going for. Like for me, I knew I wanted to do like networking with IT and everything. So I went to a school who luckily was pretty decent in IT, and I had a really good advisor. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to go to school, at least know what you're going for and know how much you're going to get based out of it. You know what I'm saying? Have a passion for it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
She said no. She said hell no and hell no.
So she is still fucking them.
You.
Still fucking them. You can't lie to us.
You can't lie to us, bruh. She said nah.
Okay, listen. It's okay. We know it gets lonely sometimes. We're not judging. We know.
That's like,
Even he might hit you up on a blue moon and be like, you know, I was just thinking about you. What you doing?
What
right
up,
now?
KT? We talking about fitness and relationships. Hey, let me know what you think about fitness and relationships, man. And let me know what you think about it. Hey, our fit, she kept it real, bro. She said, hey, that man was 20, I was 19, getting engaged. She said, hell no, I ain't with that man no more.
Nah, bro was probably 26, 27. I guarantee it would have worked out.
Well, he was 20 whenever he got engaged, but she was 19 at the time.
Oh man.
So I think that was engaged for what, 2 years? Let me see.
Let me ask you this, fellas. Do you guys care if your girl has a degree or not? Do you care about, like, of course you want a girl that's not fucking stupid, right? Like, just literally can't even make a sandwich. That'd be terrible. But do you care if she has a PhD, or do you care if she's got a master's or bachelor's degree? Is that something that when, oh, you know, I have a bachelor's, does that make you fucking, like, you know, does that turn you on? Is that like a green flag or something? Because I feel like a lot of women lead with that.
Nope. I mean, education is, you know, good to have, but not for a relationship. No. I mean, it's good to have. Just for, like, you know, stuff, but no.
It's real.
Okay.
No, you're not lying.
Hey, Kevin, real,
Wisdom
bro.
doesn't have an age number, bro.
Hey, chime in on this, man. Let me know what you think. Nah, hey, for real. All right, so I personally, I don't even think you should lead with your degree or none of that. Like, for real, like that really doesn't matter. I don't like dumb girls. I like some type of like intellect so we can like conversate. So the degree really doesn't matter. Number one, and first of all, why would a degree turn you on like that? Degrees don't turn it off for what?
Cause you know how there's them people that are fucking their degree. What's it called, bro? It's like it's like a certain thing where they're not. Man, I don't know. I'm blank. My mind is so blank right now. So it's like a sexuality thing, bro.
Sapiosexual.
Some people are pansexual.
Oh, sapiosexual.
Some sapiosexual, bro. Where I have to intellectually, you know what I'm saying? That dumb shit.
I see. I got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like dumb girls. I want you to be some type of like decently intellectual where we can have a conversation. But I'm not expecting you to have no doctorate or whatever. I'm not expecting you to have a bachelor's degree. Like, you don't have to go to college. Like, that's not necessarily a main concern for me at all. My main concern is are you gonna be this type of woman that I'm looking for at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be smart enough where if I tell you to do something, like, you should know how to do it. That's how smart you should be. You should be smart to where if I give you a task and role, you should be competent enough to complete it. Matter of fact, that's a better question. I want a competent woman, like someone who's going to be on what I say. Listen, if I give you a task list to do, you're going to be good enough and smart enough to do it. That's what I say.
So basically, ladies, can you follow lead?
Can you follow instructions?
If you can't follow lead, get the fuck out of here.
Still here.
Yeah, I was like, what happened? He got kicked like me.
No, I'm still here.
I got a little bit though. It is 10 o'clock. Shit, we've been sitting for damn 2 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Lots of yapping.
Record, bro. That's a new record.
Yeah, brand new record.
Man, we break records. We do it again.
I really do, man. I appreciate y'all. This topic was so great, y'all. Like, we really had a lot of interactions, and I think we gave a lot of game. You know what I'm saying? I think both of y'all did. So
yeah, thank you.
This was on point. I swear to God.
Y'all,
make sure y'all share this out. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all commenting. Y'all, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man, for sure. Matter of fact, y'all come up the same crew. We're gonna have a celebrity on. We're hearing a celebrity, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
World. See Marty Fit. You know what I'm saying? We got a show coming up with him Saturday at 1 p.m. So y'all tune in for that too. We pretty much gonna be on the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the same conversation. So welcome.
This is gonna be good stuff.
We're gonna kick off working out together in relationships, fitness. We're gonna kick it over to Saturday. And, you know, we might add in a little bit of ratchet, too. You know what I'm saying? So, hey. Have some fun.
Yeah. This is good. It's gonna be fun.
Wait, we're going to add some ratchet. Wait, what's happening? Who we adding in?
He got some intense conversations.
Okay, good. Oh, wait. So he's down. He's already told you the topics.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to tell you, bro. Like, pull up. You got
That's when I was like, yo. He was like, oh. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yo. He'd be talking about his shit that, yeah. So,
that's what I say. It's going down, bro. 1 p.m. on Saturday is going down.
Say less. in there like swimwear.
No brunch. Do your brunch super early, and then don't forget 1 p.m. going down.
Hey, look, don't even go to brunch. Go to workout first, then tune.
Yeah. All right. Or make your brunch at home. Look, like that. Healthy brunch.
That's a fact, man. All right, man. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Listen, when we face with an obstacle, man, what we do, y'all?
We rise. What we do.